Sally is your local netball administrator. She receives daily messages from her umpires on her phone and Facebook. Mary just messaged, and Craig, Sam and Jane. Struggling with managing umpire rosters like Sally? The Time Umpire software allows you to take control with ease. Check out timeumpire.com.au.
So Victoria with a slim 1-goal lead at half-time. Some shooting stats from that first half. Josh Smith, 9 from 10 before he left for the court. Jaden Cowling, 13 from 17. Tyson Woodhouse, just one miss in that second term when he came on to replace Josh Smith. Stephen Bryce, 18 from 24 at 75% for that first half. Taylor Fraser, 4 from 7. So New South Wales actually with 3 more attempts than Victoria. They had 20 to 14 in that second term. Definitely enjoyed a lot more ball, but we would have expected a bit more accuracy.
Yeah, you would have expected a bit more accuracy from both those goalers. Taylor Fraser, Stephen Bryce, both Australian representatives at 20 and under and 23 and under, respectively. And they're both normally reasonably accurate goalers. And I think that will be one of the messages to those goals at the moment is we expect your workloads to increase. We expect you to be sinking those shots. You're giving good space. Reward your defenders when they're getting a turnover.
So looks like there may be a couple of changes. Josh Smith's cleaned up all the blood, got the goal shooter bib back on.
Yeah, it looks like a bit of a shift down the line for Victoria. Tyson Woodhouse is going into goal attack. Jaden Cowling shifts to wing attack. Similarly, Adam Franz shifts down to centre, which pushes Anthony Manhiapoto down to wing defence. James Sutton goes into goal defence. Marco Rawlings goes into keeper. Burgess comes from keeper to the bench.
Right. Glad we've got that down pat. And for New South Wales, it looks like Turner's moved to goal defence, which means that McCann has gone to the bench. Callum Evans has shifted to centre. Taylor Fraser to wing attack. And as we said at the top of the piece, Sam Glazebrook has entered the game at goal attack. We thought that might be a possibility. He's a left-hander. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
It provides another solid body in which, if you're just that solid, it takes up space. It's harder for a defender to work around. It'll be interesting to see how this changes up their circle.
Oh, good tip from Marco Rawlings. I haven't seen much of James Sutton in goal defence this week, so I'm interested to see how he goes with that bit of extra space.
He's a quiet go-about-it player, James Sutton. He just kind of goes with his player, gets on with the game. Doesn't attract a lot of whistle.
Yep. He's been phenomenal at wing defence, I do have to say. Oh, Bryce again short.
Doesn't need to balk that shot. Is good enough shot on the first action to just put that up.
Drops to 72%, 18 from 25. Sutton, Franz through the middle.
Marco Rawlings just letting them know they've got to connect here.
Just the 1-2 between Cowling and Smith.
Yeah, hesitation on Smith's shot as well. That could just be because he's just come back off the bench.
Yep.
Just needs to settle himself again.
Brilliant rebound, though. Margin out to 2. It's taken us nearly 2 minutes to get that first goal of the quarter.
And Sutton doing all the right things there defensively, just constantly changing up the angles, but only so much he can do against tall and solid Stephen Bryce, who does position very well for those.
He does. Very economical in his movement in the goal circle. Good, I've been wanting to slip that word economical in for like 2 days now. Glad I've got it out.
Now that you got it out of your system, you're set for the rest of the
I'm
week.
done, yeah.
That's a great attempt there by Evans.
Yeah.
He got himself up in the air quite well. Maybe unlucky on the contact there. I thought for a moment the umpire called him for the offside.
Yeah, so did I, yep.
Yeah, good patience there, working another angle. And this is one of those spots where Josh Smith, he's a tall, but he doesn't play like a tall all the time. He can move quite well, which is an exciting thing going into the future for him. Really provides with many options.
Evans. Good.
Well-timed ball.
Yeah, quick pass.
And Evans' feeds have been quite good this whole time. It'll be interesting to see how the rest of them go for him. That's possibly the loudest I've heard James Sutton ever be, yelling out for that ball coming down the court. Nice take, Adam Franz. I think that ball just needs to go up in the air a little bit more.
Yep.
Tyson looks like he wants it up. He's got the vertical.
Good rebound from Woodhouse. Scores his first of the game now. Evans, a little stuck. Turner is an option.
They're just slow on the setup of the centre passes, New South Wales.
Hand out from Anthony Maniapoto. And now he screams for it. Oh, put him under pressure.
Adam Franz winds up that ball. Had too many Wheaties almost.
Yeah, no one driving on those last two phases from Victoria. Glazebrook now. Oh, Bryce was open because Marco Rawlings went out looking.
And that is a risky move from a defender. When you overcorrect it like that, you're either going to take a superb intercept or
hero or nothing. Yeah. You're on a hiding to nothing for that one. Victoria, slim 1-goal lead through the hands of Sutton.
Yeah, the ball not quite placed out in front of him there, more placed to where he was to where he's going. Oh, it was a terrific attempt of a save there.
Yeah, well, it
from
might
Turner.
have been a replay too if he'd regathered, but out of court first.
You do appreciate the fact from anyone on court when they chase down a ball, you'd prefer a replay than letting the ball go straight to the opposition.
Yep, absolutely.
Josh Smith finishing off nicely.
So Victoria push it out to 26-24, 5 gone in the third.
They just can't quite break ahead enough here, Victoria. New South Wales probably get an easier entry in the circle, I would say, this particular 5 minutes.
I was just thinking it's probably not coming through Taylor Fraser. It's a lot of the players coming more through Callum Evans. He's hitting the pockets quite early, and they're using the backspace for feeding Stephen Bryce.
I think they're doing a bit of a conscious effort of sharing the workload at the line, and then I think they might have even told Evans, just drive through, take it.
Evans stuck. Too much on it also. Possession to the commentary bench.
That's a difficult ball to give on a centre pass to anyone that's coming from behind, running down the court. Ideally, you do want your defenders on the inside when they come down.
Just a reminder, you need to pick a player of the match for this one.
It's very kind of you to remind me at this stage in the game. It has been known to happen later in the game, the reminder.
Yeah.
So I will take the
extra couple of minutes, have a closer look.
And I'll no doubt forget about it until I'm told again just before the end.
So Victoria, a little break here.
Really important one to convert here.
Yeah, chance to get 3 in a row.
There's no call coming for some reason. The umpire either couldn't make a decision there, wasn't willing to.
Ooh.
Normally you would have thought that was a possession call, or at the very least, actually have the guts to call a ball up there, toss up there.
Well, it's still in the rule book. We went through the rule book the other day. The toss-up actually still exists in the rule book.
And so either both players had simultaneous possession, or one of them had it first, so call a possession.
Yep. I don't think we need to get to the point where we need to wrestle the ball out of
not for as long as that was occurring as well.
No. Yep. Both of them stopped to look at the umpire.
Going, what is happening? Why haven't you called a possession? We're willing to take our hands off the ball.
Yep. Just tell us which way does it go.
And credit to New South for fighting a little bit harder for it. As you see, Stephen Bryce adjusting to free his stomach
Yep.
here. And this is an important thing with a goaler like him. Freeing the stomach allows that open space for his arms to present.
Glazebrook, will he shoot? Will he pass off? He is a good shot. Step from Stephen Bryce.
Probably not his best range from out there, so that would
Yep.
normally be an offload.
Victoria driving to the same side, and at the same time, probably needed
Great
to
connection.
change it up a little bit. Good movement from Woodhouse.
The way he moves his body reminds me a little bit of a Bambi, a Cameron Allen who used to play in the 23s himself, Tyson Woodhouse. It's that little bit of a little jump in the movement as he steps around, somehow opens up.
Breaking call on either Sutton or Maniapoto. That was a good attempt from Maniapoto. Got the correct arm around Taylor Fraser.
And that's considered the old unforgivable, a wing defence, goal defence break. In fact, some teams even have a fine in place for that.
Stephen Bryce.
Unexpected to miss from there, Stephen Bryce. He'll be annoyed in himself for that.
He's 5 from 7 this term. So 23 from 31. It'll be around 73% drag on Evans. Or footwork call, I should say. So margin just 2. It was 1 at half time. Oh, that ball probably shouldn't have gone past Robert Yuan.
Have your hands ready, have your eyes up.
Yep. Oh, good rebound from Woodhouse.
And manages to flick it off a New South Wales player somehow. He was just trying to keep it into someone, and very fortunate there. Josh Smith finishing off that shot, which he's getting a bit vocal down there, Josh Smith, trying to encourage his teammate to keep going, keep lifting.
So Victoria hit 30. Good screen from Woodhouse. I don't know that he was doing it, or that he knew he was doing it, but it was effective nonetheless.
And I was about to say, it was disappointing to see him give up that front space initially.
Yep.
However, it created, when you got the two tools like that, there's open space in between, you just put the ball up. Who's stopping that?
Fraser, Evans, Glazebrook. I've enjoyed his movement since he's come on at goal attack. Now he's going to do the front cut.
It's probably the most dynamic I've seen Sam Glazebrook, having not seen him play this tournament, but seen him play previous ones. He's getting a little bit of speed about him.
Victoria just going back to go forward.
And great connection there, Jaden Cowling.
Smith. Oh, great touch from Turner. It's the turnover that New South Wales need. Fraser. Oh, good hand for Marco Rawlings.
And well backed up James Sutton there as well. Any team out on court, if you've got a second player ready to pick up on that tip, it gives you just that much more confidence to go for it. James Sutton doing a lovely pirouette.
Yeah, it was a little pivot because it would have been a step had he planted it down.
It was almost a music box setup that he had there. I was
We
waiting
can
for
make a GIF out of that.
Yeah, I feel like we could have his arm out a little bit extended. Put a bit of the nutcracker on.
That'd be great.
Victoria's struggling a little bit with the defensive pressure, I think, this last 2-3 minutes. New South Wales just probably been a little bit more arms, hands in it.
Yep.
But that's part of the contesting. They're getting in there. You've got to keep going through and not expecting a call.
Yeah, not the greatest pass from Woodhouse into Smith. New South Wales come up with it. Oh, Marco Rawlings.
Oh, he did so well to attempt to come back on court. Whether he had or not, I'm not sure.
I don't know whether the umpire actually called the ball had bounced out or whether it was
replay
feet.
potentially, yeah. There was a couple of options what it could have been, but he did well to at least try and get back on court before taking that ball.
Bryce, short again.
And his shots have been falling short these last few.
It's very uncharacteristic of him.
Normally, they're probably hitting the back of the ring as opposed to the front. He probably just needs a little trigger of keyword of something like get a little bit more flight, lift it.
Yep. Ooh, air ball from Glazebrook. That's uncharacteristic also.
As opposed to too much lift on that one.
We had lift off. Sutton, Marco Rawlings.
Oh,
yep.
I'm thinking that was a hop. I think Luke Marco Rawlings thought that was a hop.
Yep.
But
the umpire did think about it.
Again, you just get on with the game straight away like that. The ball can move down the court. And New South Wales really applying a good combination of body on body through here and then coming off.
Evans, good move. Oh, called for offside.
And there's been a couple of those balls taken around the edge of the circle.
Yep.
Victoria pleading for something here. Stay upright. You're going to get the call if you stay upright on that, rather than lean into it. Defender can get to it if you lean into it. Stay upright a second or two longer. It'll open up. Or, even more so, get that defender on your back for a little bit longer. If you can't feel him anymore, they're probably going to get hands to it. And take some accountability as the person passing that to place it in the correct spot.
Great attempt again from Turner. Josh Smith arguing that it was in his hands. Evans, good option. Marco Rawlings has had a huge 2-3 minutes. I'd like to look at a replay of that one, actually.
I thought his foot may have been on the white line, let alone the green.
Yeah.
Green lines being the netball lines here. But your foot is allowed to be on the line in netball as opposed to some other sports like basketball if your foot's on the line. It's out of court. Taylor Fraser nicely holding that up after.
Yeah. New South Wales trying to prevent Victoria from scoring one last goal. We're into the last minute of the third term. Strong take from Woodhouse. Strong hold as well.
That's a tough angle to give that ball.
Misses his shot just on the three-quarter time whistle, but Victoria with a 3-goal lead heading into the last quarter. You're watching the 2019 Australian Men's Mixed Netball Championships. Victoria lead New South Wales 31-28.
Sally is your local netball administrator. She receives daily messages from her umpires on her phone and Facebook. Mary just messaged, and Craig, Sam and Jane. Struggling with managing umpire rosters like Sally? The Time Umpire software allows you to take control with ease. Check out timeumpire.com.au.
So Victoria with a 3-goal lead. Topsy-turvy third term. New South Wales just the 7 goals that quarter. Victoria didn't fare much better, 9. It was a bit of a scrap really. Both sides really. Well, Victoria's not converting the ball that getting into the circle. New South Wales are finding it a little bit harder to get the ball into the circle.
One of the problems I think Victoria had then was they lost the angles they'd had earlier. They were working the top of the circle really well early. This one they start going pocket a bit more. Working the ball over a baseline is difficult.
Yep.
Swing it to top work from there again. And I think the goalers need to work for each other a little bit more. Josh Smith's got a good netball brain in there. He needs to start working to bring Tyson into the game a little bit more. Just telling him to stay some of that time so he can feed off him or mix it up a little bit. And I think Daniel Cook, being a goaler himself, who's their coach, we're speaking to them about their setups that they've got in there. New South Wales, terrific with some of that pace and intensity they came out with. Some nice leads. They were on the end of the ball. They were looking in. Just couldn't finish on all of them.
Yeah, 67% conversion for New South Wales, 75 for Victoria. They've actually had one more attempt to New South Wales, so they're just needing to nail those shots, particularly, they're under the post. They're not far out shots, they're not taking a lot of risks. It's those crucial 1%ers, the shots under the post that they're missing at the minute.
And these are the ones that Stephen Bryce would be absolutely livid with himself about. Because
we won't mention it to him after the game.
No, we won't. He has pride in his shot.
Yep.
And he's very much someone that knows he can sink those shots.
Yep.
He should be sinking those shots. So he'll be upset with himself about it. But you just got to get on with it, don't you? Victoria appear to have made one change going into the final quarter. Andrew Burgess coming back off the bench into goal defence. Bit of energy there from him, I reckon.
So time to get a bit of a breather. So James Sutton takes a seat with Victor Nikolic coming on at goal shooter for New South Wales. And Jake McCann coming back on at goalkeeper. So Jake Boydell takes a seat. So if you thought Stephen Bryce was hard to play on, Luke Marco Rawlings now has to contend with Victor Nikolic.
I haven't seen a lot of Victor, to be fair to him. Did run into him in the hallway the other day. Lovely kid. But
tall.
Very tall. He's just so lanky.
He is. I walked past him today and he's a couple of centimetres taller than me, I can tell you that.
Another basketball style. Interesting landing on that one. But Luke Marco Rawlings is good against talls.
Yep.
He's underrated in that capacity.
Definitely. So the margin back to 2. It's the top of the table clash in the 23 and under division. We're coming to you live from Casey Stadium in Melbourne. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. This is day 5. Finals kick off tomorrow. Whole heap of semi-finals, elimination finals, qualifying finals and preliminary finals.
Great hand, Adam Franz. Sometimes just throwing your arm out can help.
And 7 grand finals on Saturday, starting at 9 a.m. Sue Gordian will be joining us tomorrow. Beautiful shot from Nikolic. Took out the post and Luke Marco Rawlings. Sue Gordian joining us for the Open Men's semi-final that will be live streamed at 11:30 tomorrow morning.
And she certainly enjoyed her previous experiences doing the
Oh,
men's.
loved it. Couldn't get enough.
And she certainly wouldn't come back if she hadn't.
Nah, but she's coming back for me. Let's be real.
Oh, yeah, the dynamic duo.
Even though we've never commentated together. More than happy to have the voice of netball with us.
Josh Smith just needs to set in his action there. No need to lean forward on the foot. And he has such a nice action, Josh Smith.
Blaisbrook. Victoria just using a box formation a little bit. Offside call.
Yeah, Robert Ran trying to sneak through there.
Yeah.
It was almost like the round the circle one you try and do at times. Great look down.
Yeah, Fraser, quick take of the penalty.
And whilst you want to contest in the air on these shots with Victor Nikolic, you don't want to draw a penalty on him. Because I think if you get him to miss that first one, you're likely to get the rebound because he's committed to the air.
Oh, that was a tough ball. Woodhouse was on 1 foot. Good defensive pressure from Victoria in the middle third.
Yeah, good arms for sure. They just got to keep it going now that you've got a penalty. You've got to go again.
Oh, good tracking from Mania Porto.
That's a terrific wing defence contest. Make the wing attack work for it.
Good hand from Burgess. Woodhouse on the line. Oh, Marco Rawlings hand in front.
I think lucky not to get a contact call there. looked like possession had been gained first by Victor Nikolic.
Good touch from Adam Franz, though, and good backup from Marco Rawlings. Victoria looked good in flight.
Now, I've spoken about deceptive players already. Adam Franz is one of those absolutely deceptive players. I think he was unlucky to miss out on Victorian Open spot this year based on his trials, but I think part of it is because he looks so unassuming on court. But when you see him in full flight, you see things like that, the work he does. He's so unassuming about it that he probably doesn't get the credit he deserves. But certainly valuable still to be part of the 23s.
Absolutely. Such experience through the mid-court, through the hands of Glazebrook.
Played it before he had it.
Fraser
ankle
hits the deck.
He appears to be holding.
Ankle. He's called time, so will have to come from the court. So it looks like Josh Bain is coming on at centre. Callum Evans moving to wing attack.
Both teams really need to start converting a couple more of these balls. You can't be throwing away defensive balls at either end.
Yep.
Like, you need to be getting it into your goal circle more
just
often.
Looking at a replay there of Taylor Fraser hitting the deck. Yeah, left ankle.
As we see a nice open and demand for the ball, yes, from Josh Smith. Put it into the space. You got two tools there. That's that communication I was talking about at that break. That Josh Smith either needed to tell Tyson to stay or say it's yours.
Yep. And the umpire deeming that penalty to have been taken by Tyson Woodhouse. Looked like the defender was out of play. Evans now, New South Wales on the comeback. Down by 2. It's been a low-scoring opening 5.5 minutes.
There was clear first hands on that from Tyson Woodhouse, and yes, I'm a Victorian, but I don't think there's any bias in saying that. There was clear first hands on it. Yes, absolutely, New South Wales player ripped it out, but you got to have eyes on the what's going through there as an umpire.
Oh, the umpire's got to look at how many decisions they have to make during a game. Thousands and thousands. So,
I mean, they're human.
They are. And they've got to keep 14 players on court in control as well. It's an incredibly tough task. So just getting time held while the ball is retrieved. 8:40 left on the clock. 2 goals, the lead to Victoria. And Turner just being told off for moving off the penalty.
Now, I'd almost be inclined to have Josh Smith take this penalty and let Tice be under the... If Tice's not going to put up the shot, what's the point of having the penalty there?
Yeah, you know, you've just got to reset.
Because then all of a sudden you're in 2-on-2 contest again.
Yep.
So, take the responsibility as shooter. I'm going to take this. I'm either going to put up the shot or I'm going to dish to my other goaler.
So, just setting the penalty now. Smith makes it drop, lead back to 3. It's 3-all in the last quarter. I'm surprised there hasn't been money exchanged to try and get a goal in this term. Just 6 goals in 7.5 minutes.
It has been a quarter of turnovers from both teams so far. Whereas you want to see a quarter of consolidation and finishing.
That was a strong take from Smith.
Well kept in. Oh, I'm going to say this is one of my pet hates, and it's reasonably obvious from the... You got a penalty inside the circle.
Yep.
Put the shot up.
Yep.
And knowing Josh Smith, he can sink the shot from there. He's got a nice enough shot to sink it from there. Have every confidence in him sinking it from there. Put up that shot.
Glazebrook now, New South Wales. Nikolic hasn't had the ball for a while. He does now.
Nice front space. Got a bit of Desmond O'Willy from the Vic Opens about him, Victor Nikolic. That
Just
jump
a
and
little
just
bit. Yep.
finger roll in.
Good direction from Cowling to say, go through Burgess to get this ball in transition. Woodhouse now, good lead.
Cowley needs to commit a little bit more pocket
Yeah.
there. He cut off the angle from himself, which made the ball tough for Tyson to give.
Tyson just needs someone circle edge now. Offside from Bain.
And someone needs to tell him to have confidence in his own shot. I've seen him sink him from there this tournament.
Yep.
Give him some confidence in it. Say, you've got this.
Crucial shot there from Tyson Woodhouse. Restores a 3-goal margin. New South Wales looking to respond through Evans. Bain.
We can't seem to break this 2, 3,
Yeah.
4-goal margin. Both teams just seem to want to keep it by making an error through there.
Franz by himself. Good swing to Cowling.
Great
Good
open.
move. Yep, good choice.
And nice little refeed off balance there, Josh Smith. That was a good sweep by Tyson Woodhouse. The defenders just lost both of the attackers there. Oh. We've seen this a couple of times, Adam Franz, Jaden Cowley needed a little bit more communication through that top of the circle so they're not coming on top of each other. Or a more definite first lead.
Strong take from Josh Smith.
As the margin now pushes out to 5.
Yep, 5 now, under 5 to go. Still plenty of time for New South Wales if they're good enough. It's only going to take a couple of turnovers, but this has been a genuine fight for both sides today.
Nice take, Victor
Yeah.
Nikolic, because it was placed almost of the back of his head.
Yep.
To pull that in was terrific.
He's 5 straight this term.
Struggling a little bit with this connection from transverse into the goal third.
But I like that they're being patient. They didn't have to be.
They're not forcing it.
Yep.
They're going, I've got confidence to kick it back and just go again. But I would like to see a connection from either goalers or one of the other mid-court on that transverse.
Slipped out of Josh Smith's hands there. Again, New South Wales into attack. Bain, Glazebrook, Evans. Now they go over the top. Well kept
saved.
in.
The control on that was terrific. Probably more control than he's had on a couple of his shots. You knew exactly where he was placing that from that time he left the ground and took the ball. All of a sudden, back to 3.
So 2 in a row for New South Wales. Chance for a third. Bain. Turner. Evans is on the floor.
Gets a big separation in his legs on the landing, Evans, which sometimes puts him off balance.
Nikolic scores.
From a rare ground shot.
Margin back to 2.
Absolutely sold the contact there. Gave a nice little, I've been pushed backwards.
Oh, Marco Rawlings, front position.
And ripped it in.
Oh, Burgess just taps it to Maniapoto, says, catch this for me.
You can see he's going, I'm about to replay, I've got to do something.
Oh, long ball.
That's a
not
tough ball.
The greatest of options.
And especially at this time in the game, when you've got finals coming up tomorrow, to put your own teammate under that much pressure.
Yeah, Burgess was open wide, so.
But gets on with it, Jaden Cowley.
Yep.
Like nothing's happened.
Well, he's got to. 2 minutes to go. To the margin, Josh Smith. He's short on the shot.
Not sure if it slipped out of his hand or whether there was a good little deflection from the defence.
Evans. Nikolic.
To bring it back to 1.
And he can.
with centre pass as well.
And he does. So a chance for New South Wales to take this game to even Stevens.
And the bib that's just been hanging off for a little bit there from Evans has finally fallen off as the whole time to place that on his back. New South Wales definitely going to want to score here, finish off. A chance to get a turnover again and get the lead.
Oh, Marco Rawlings, he saw that there was not a lot of, direction on.
We went from too much flight and not enough on the ball to too much on the ball.
This game has had everything. 37-36, just over a minute to go. Victoria in possession and have the lead.
Got to keep driving down the court, looking down the court.
Burgess, an obstruction call on Evans.
Turn the shoulders, look down the court.
Cowling looks for Smith.
Oh,
Good take from Franz.
just a little tap to let him know he's there.
Yep. And Woodhouse leaves the penalty shot for Josh Smith. Doesn't shoot though.
There is under a minute to go. A mid-range shot.
And Victoria are just throwing it away.
Put up your shot.
33 seconds left on the clock. 37-36 is the score. Yuan stuck for an option. Bain.
There is a potentially... Oh,
and
just overthrows
too much
it.
on it.
Now, Marco Rawlings is very experienced here. He's even looking for it to come back. But a little drag, I think, from Burgess' footwork call.
Yeah, I think it's pass inside the circle. 10 seconds left on the clock. Glazebrook.
Not a bad one to get a contact on.
Professional foul from Franz. 5 seconds left.
Calls time.
They're going to go high. They're going to have to go
No
high. No,
penalty here.
Glazebrook misses. Marco Rawlings taps it out, and that is game. So Victoria clinch an absolute fight with New South Wales here on day 5. 23 and under division, a 1-goal win, 37-36. We'll be back right after this with a player of the match.
Open Elite 8 Premiers, how does that sound?
Big wicket, and that one bounced. Come on!
Top of Anderson,
over
cracks all the way back in,
it
does.
is.
And he's locked in, but what a goal!
Inundated. So popular.
I'm here with Luke Marco Rawlings, goalkeeper in the last couple for Victoria. Luke, it was a well thought out match. What do you think was the turning point to keep you in the game there?
I've got to say our defensive pressure. I think our defensive pressure kept us in it. We got so many turnovers and they just couldn't work their ball down. And that's that pressure where we just step up, arms over, force that ball high, just kept us in that and got us that 1 point victory.
Personally, you managed to keep both their shooters out of the game a number of times with the hands up in the air. Was it a deliberate plan to let their goal attacks do the work outside the circle and more cover the circle rather than a double team?
Yeah, we love playing that one-on-one because we back ourselves to beat everyone one-on-one. As soon as we sort of go to that split ring, we feel like we give them that little bit of extra chance, but one-on-one pressure obviously gets the job done.
And what's the plan going into finals?
Play consistent netball, play consistently, and just get that job done. That's our plan.
Good luck and well done.
Thank you.
top of Anderson.
Get over
Tracks all the way back
Anderson.
in, does. And he's locked in for